Hey guys, it's Rick from Ozark Living Homestead. It's April the 13th, a Wednesday, not Friday. But anyway, it's right, I think it's right around 12 noon. I think it was the last I heard on the radio. But anyway, I'm getting ready to do, and of course, every time you try to do something, I turn the goats loose and they're all up here. And they drag the babies with them, but they'll run off when I crank the tractor. But I was going to get ready to dig the last 3 footers. I've got 2 of them ready. You know, again, as a lot of you know, I'm doing this mostly by myself. I do get occasional help from my son some and from a neighbor some, but mostly pretty much doing a lot of it by myself. And I've learned a lot of tricks and a lot of different ways of doing things that it takes 2 people to do, and doing them by yourself just takes a whole lot longer, and it's a lot heavier sometimes. But as you can see, I've got the tractor. I've already got it positioned, because it's hard to get it positioned with this auger and make sure this auger is straight so your holes are not crooked. And this is what I'm digging the footers with, because the rocks are just so bad here. And so basically it's the only way of digging, unless you want to spend days and days with a shovel and killing yourself trying to dig these holes. But I've already got them. I had this beam up here, and I'm going to show you another one that I got on the other side, because this is an 8-foot beam. These are 6x6 beams, and on the other side, I'll show you in a minute, is another 8-foot 6x6. Now there are 2 of these footers here, and in the middle there's a 10-foot beam that it's going to have a little bit cut off of it, that'll rest on top of these 2 footers right up under these 2 8-foot beams, and that'll support this into the house here. But I put a box, a form, concrete form. Basically I get it all lined up. I use a plumb bob, in case a lot of you don't know what a plumb bob is. It's a way of getting a straight line, and I'm sure anybody that's built anything knows what a plumb bob is. And basically you just hang it from the top of wherever you want to get a straight line, and once it stops moving, you just point it to the ground or floor, whichever one you're doing. If I can find it, there it is. And it actually will give you an exact straight line down to the ground or to the floor. So that way you know where you, for instance, where I'm getting ready to drill here, I know it's exactly going to be right up under that beam where I need it to be, so I can put the support beam under it. I'm going to take you around and show you the other beam here. And this one I got up here. I had the other one up like this one. It's kind of weird looking. The support beams already on the corners are already in place. I've already poured those, I don't know, about 3 or 4 days ago, I think it was. But on top, and I notch them so they actually sit inside each other, and they're easier to tie together and keep together. And you can see, let's see, wait a minute, there we go, that it goes along there, and it's just kind of hanging out. Now there's a post behind that ladder, and that ladder actually is help holding up that post to keep it plumb, which is vertical up and down. Level is from side to side, and vertical. Plumb is vertical. A lot of people get it mixed up, and I do occasionally. I've been doing this for a living for years. So, but yeah, the beam is up there. That little old 4x4 post, basically just setting on the ground. It's just to keep it on that straight line. I think you guys can see it. It's a piece of masonry string, pink string, and running from one corner to the next, and it gives you a straight line so you know where you're putting your beam at. But the ladder actually is supporting that little 4x4 post there, right there, so it won't lean one way or the other. And there's really nothing holding it up there. It's just kind of balancing it itself until I get ready to dig it. But I've already put the form down for it too, so I could take it down. I just haven't taken it down, because then I'll move the tractor over and get this one. Let's see if I can think of anything else before I start. Again, I'm not too good at trimming. I'm not too good at doing anything with this thing other than filming it. But I'm gonna try to trim some of this down so it's not so long, but especially the tractor work here. But I'm gonna try to give you guys an idea of what I do, you know, while I'm doing this stuff. And so anyway, I'm gonna get the tractor cranked up. Like I said, I've already got it in position. It takes me a while because I have to back it up, let it roll forward, back it up, let it roll forward till I get that thing pretty much plumb. It's still not exactly straight, but doing it by yourself, it's almost impossible. So, and then I'll pour concrete in it. But okay, guys, I'm fixing to crank the tractor up, and you guys can see what's going on. Well, guys, I tried to crank the tractor, and I had forgotten to put the block under the wheel there so it doesn't accidentally roll in case I get off with the tractor crank. So I cut the tractor off, and I got out and I put the block under there. Well, when I got back on the tractor, wasn't thinking, I didn't turn the switch back on, so I kept trying to crank it until I flooded it. So anyway, that's what kind of day it's been so far, but I actually got it going now. So, and then got it the auger line back up. So we'll see if we can get it going now. So. Okay, guys, that's pretty much how I do it when I'm by myself. You know, when I got help, I got someone back there that can actually pull that thing back and forth to make sure it stays straight. But you know, I can get it straight and keep it pretty straight if I line the tractor up just right. But you know, it still gets a little off, but it's not a big deal because when you pour the concrete, as long as there's enough concrete in there, it's going to support it, so you won't have any problems. Let's see. Actually, I'll do another one when I pour the concrete, and when I do the concrete, after that I'll do one putting up the middle beam in between these two 8-foot beams here, and that'll pretty much be done except for the center support that's got to finish coming out to support the center of the floor there. I've got to drill one more right in the middle behind me here to support the middle support beam coming out. Now that's one that I actually make myself. I use 2x8s, and I sandwich them together with a piece of 1/2-inch plywood in between them, and that actually gives you 3 inches because lumber is not true to what it says. A 2x4 is not 2x4, unfortunately. But yeah, that's how we make them up, and putting that piece of 1/2-inch plywood in between and sandwiching them in between and gluing them and nail them gives them more strength than other kind of lumbers or even the beams itself. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this finished, get this other one drilled out, and I'll get another one when I start pouring the concrete. All right, you guys have a great day.